Hey, welcome to this video on how to create a free Azure account. You can get yourself £150 worth of free credit for 30 days, and also some services are free for life, like some of the basic app service plans now on Linux. And also there's about 25 services that are free to use whenever you like. So to do that, as you can see on the screen, we're on the azure.microsoft.com website /free with whatever country you're visiting from to get the relevant language. As you can see here, it's 12 months of free services and £150 of credit for 30 days, and there are 25 services always free, as I mentioned. Some really quick pointers about this that a lot of people get concerned about signing up for these free accounts: that you have to put in your credit card details when you enter and sign up for this free account. That's nothing to be worried about. You don't get charged to that credit account unless you tell it to basically go over your limit. So say you spent the £150 worth of credit that you had for the 30 days, all of your stuff, you get an email saying that you were going over your limits. You have the option to remove the spending limit that they put in place of $150 or £150, and then it will charge your credit card the overage charges that you're spending above the £150. If you don't reply to that email, or you don't say, yes, I'm happy for you to spend more on my credit card, and you don't remove the spending limits, you don't get charged for anything extra at all. So it will just sit there and your services will stop working once you've hit the £150 limit, and then after 30 days, unless you choose to upgrade your account and remove the spending limit with a credit card and convert it to a pay-as-you-go account, then it will just, your resources will be removed and deleted after another 30 days. So nothing to worry about there. So it's very safe. By putting your credit card details in, you're not suddenly going to get a surprise bill that you weren't expecting. So don't worry about that. That's common. And they're also covered in the FAQs. So if you scroll right down to the bottom of this page, there's some FAQs here about, and this is the one that we've just discussed here. So you don't, if we use all the credit, you don't get charged extra if you don't remove the spending limit. And again, if you click on the FAQs, I'll put some links to these as well in the video. You can see here all the services that are free and listed available, and also some more detailed FAQs about what happens and some general questions about the free Azure account. So to start off, the best way to get started with a free Azure account, if you're testing out and you've already got maybe an Office 365 subscription for yourself, or you've got a corporate account linked, or you've got an Azure AD user account that you've already got, I strongly suggest not linking it to those accounts with either your school or your existing workplace, or one that you've got yourself, because it can get quite messy. So the best way to approach this, and the way that I do this myself when I'm testing, is I actually create a free outlook.com address, an account, and then I link everything to that so that I've got one place where it's linked to. To do that, I strongly suggest you open an in private mode browser, as I'm doing here. And once you're there, you need to go and create a free Outlook account. So let's go and do that. So if you go to the outlook.live.com website, and if we click here and say create a free account, and cool, what do we want to call this? So I'm going to call this Jack Azure Demo at outlook.com, and hopefully that's not taken already. Unfortunately it is. Okay, let's put 123 at the end. Okay, let's try something different. There we go, Jack Tristan, it works. I'm going to type in a password here. And then you can obviously show your password. I won't do that. And you can tick the box if you want to receive marketing emails. I obviously do not. And then we need to just fill in some details. And then some other pieces of information. I'll blur this out so that you cannot work out how old I am. Fill out the capture information. And there we go, it's going to go and create that account for me. And as I say, doing this in private browser just stops any single sign-on things from happening, and anything that you weren't expecting, and suddenly getting an account that you linked to an Azure AD tenant that you weren't expecting it to, and no awkward conversations with potential bosses or other IT staff in your organisation. So always do it in private browser. It's the best way to guarantee that what you're logging into is actually what you've typed in and what you're logging into, and nothing's happening in the background and automatically signing you in somewhere else, because it can happen. Okay, so we're all set up. We're all ready to rock and roll. We've got an email address of I can't remember what I created now. I think it was jacktracydemo@outlook.com. And so the next step is to sign up for that Azure Free account. So if we go back to the Azure Free website from the same in private browser tab that we had set up earlier. And so here we are, and there we go. We're going to click Start for Free. And I'm going to log in with that outlook.com address that I just created. This will likely single sign me in because I've already signed into the Outlook tab over here just a second ago, which it has done. And now it's going to take me to the account creation portal on the Azure portal. So here we are. Going to need to type in that email address again. Pop in a phone number. Again, I will blur this out so that you cannot see my number. You can put a VAT ID in there if it is for a company. This is not, obviously. It's now going to ask them to text me to confirm that it is actually me creating this account. So I'll just wait for that text to arrive. Okay, that has arrived. Worth bearing in mind that sometimes those text messages can take a couple of minutes to come through, so just give it a chance to come through. They do generally arrive. And the verification process again can also take some time, so just be patient. It does work. You just need to give it some time. Okay, and now we need to put in a card to identify ourselves. So I'm just going to enter a credit card that I'm getting here. And again, I will obviously blur this out. So let me just enter some details. Fill out all your address details, obviously, to where that card is registered. Double check all those details, and very important, it says here you are not going to be charged unless you upgrade, as we discussed at the beginning and as detailed in the FAQs. So click next, and that's not going to charge anything, it's just going to check my identity. And there we are, that's done that section. You need to tick to agree to the terms and conditions of the subscription agreement and the offer details, and you can choose whether you want to receive emails about Azure to that email address that you entered earlier. I'll leave that as ticked for the moment and click sign up. So that's now going to go away and confirm all those details. And hopefully at the end of this we're going to have a free Azure account that's going to have £150 worth of credit on for 30 days, and also those 25 free products that are always free as detailed in the FAQs. Again, this can take some time, be patient, there's nothing to worry about, just let it do its thing. And great, it seems like it's done. So there's some demos here that you can go and watch about building some certain things. Obviously we know what we're going to do here, so I'm just going to go straight to the portal, and that again will single sign me in. This will create an Azure Active Directory tenant underneath the scenes for me to link the subscription to, but as you can see here we've got £150 of credit remaining, and it's on a free trial subscription, and there's the option to upgrade to pay as you go if we want to spend above that £150 onto the credit card. So if we go into the subscription and just double check what's there. And there we go, we can see that subscription there with saying it's a free trial, and it's just generating the costs, and there is probably none because I haven't spent anything yet, as you'd expect. And you can see here the offer is saying free trial, and that is good. And yeah, obviously we've got anything there. It's going to tell us when our credit's going to expire and what we need to do. If you go into the payment method section, you'll probably see that the credit card that you entered earlier. And indeed you do. Again, it's not going to charge you, and I'll show you how to check whether you've got the spending limits removed or not in a second. Okay, so if we do that, and if we go click on this manage button here on the overview page of the subscription, this is going to take us to the account portal. Brilliant, so we can see how long we've got left and how much of our credit we've got remaining. And if we click this button here, that will basically start charging our credit card for anything we spend above the £150. So as long as you don't come and click on that one, you'll be absolutely fine. And again, these should only be used for testing things. They're not built for long-term things. But if you build something in testing, then when you want to carry on and you say, actually, I want to make this a production or want to carry on using this and I'm happy to pay for it, come into the portal as we've just shown you how to do and come into the account management portal and just click the upgrade now button and it will start using the credit card that you entered. But that's it. We are now ready to go and create whatever we like. As you can see, it did create a new Azure Active Directory tenant for me based upon my email address. That is not something you can change. If you did want to, you could create a new Azure Active Directory tenant and migrate the subscription to the new tenant. But again, for trial purposes, that's probably not required. So hopefully this has been helpful for you and you've got an idea on how to create a free Azure account.